next up, and this is a similar idea, but handled very differently, and the workflow behind this would be very different. Manual nurture. So use your flow of content to give some value in follow-ups. Now, the most traditional method is, maybe the category of service they're in, and you drop them in, and no matter who they are, where they are, you just start sending them a flow of content related to that category. That's the first topic we covered. Manual nurture is when a sales rep or someone has a very good, clear list of all of the items that are available to them. And maybe they're picking up on a conversation they had during an initial intake or some initial contact, and they have some reason to know in much greater detail what sort of information is going to be of interest to the recipient. And for me, this is generally in the form of a one-off email. So the way this would happen is you receive a sales lead, you have some kind of conversation, and instead of saying, well, they didn't buy, I guess I'll give up on that.
Yeah.
The next week, you don't follow up with a very boring and salesy email like, hey, do you want to talk yet? Or gosh, just checking in.
Checking in.
Hey, just checking in. Do we need to put some time on the calendar? Skip all that. Instead, focus on their pain, what they're trying to solve, and use content as a way to give something. Yeah. And so that give is, hey, John, you and I were talking about how you all are not happy with your page speed. We just put out our new guide to Google, the new Google page speed test tool.
Yeah.
And we want you to see where you rank. Here's the link. You can run your speed. You'll see that you guys are in the red on mobile. And if you look at this one-page PDF, you'll understand why that's a problem. Mm-hmm. Let me know if you need any of my time. Here's my Calendly link. That's a very sophisticated response. And you can see how that would take a little bit more information on the front end. You can't automate this, but it's darn effective when it comes to the person knowing, oh, wow, they're tracking with me. They understand where my pain is.
Yep.
They understand where my head is. And they actually know what they're talking about. And they're actually seem to be like leaders in this category because they're able to kind of put together something that's of use to me.
Yeah.
So the example I just gave is kind of like for us, like a web design SEO shop. But it would apply to any business. So if you're like a major facility management company and somebody comes in and you have an initial conversation where they're trying to decide between using project-based pricing for vendors or to engage with a subscription-based or maintenance level facility management company. You could have a PDF where you show the ROI of each approach. And this could be something where after a conversation, you don't just say, hey, are you ready to talk again? Hey, do you want to get back on the calendar again? Hey, anything you need. But instead you say, hey, I want to show you, here's the calculator tool for you to sell subscription-based maintenance services within your company. So that's idea number 2, manual nurture.
Yeah.